mentioned January 2025 is gonna be huge. And believe it or not, we're still waiting for the better part of the month, as the biggest mobile games of 2025 are still coming in the final week. Regardless of which, though, we've had a busy week, and in the meantime, we've gathered a list of over 20 big new games you should definitely try as soon as possible. Now, first things first, we've mentioned Where Winds Meet a few days ago as it was in its testing phase, and ever since, this game has actually reached the #1 spot in the China's mobile gaming trend. This is now the biggest thing the mobile gaming scene has seen in 2025 so far, touted as a Souls-like action RPG reminiscent of the hit console game Black Myth Wukong. If you like, there's an Android downloads link and its Apple Store page you can actually try right now. The only problem is that the game is over 20 gigabytes in size. It is actually downgraded for mobiles, but the core gameplay has remained intact. Check it out. With that being said, Delta Force is back, and while some might have groaned at it going free-to-play, others are actually diving in and loving the tactical action. In fact, the upcoming roadmap for 2025 is packed with fresh content. Think new operators, weapons, attachments, gadgets, and even more. Season 2 has dropped and it has brought new map versions, the stealth mode vibes as well, while later seasons are going to be adding more warfare maps and seasonal passes as well. Oh, and it's going to be having cross-progression as well. If you've been craving that massive multiplayer chaos with Battlefield-style destruction, Delta Force Warfare mode might just scratch that specific itch. April's a month, mark your calendars.
Shut your eyes!
With that being said, Cassette Beast is finally on mobiles, and it's a total nostalgia trip. Imagine turning into beasts using retro cassettes while collecting and merging monsters in a pixel art RPG. It's a quirky mix of Pokemon vibes and retro nostalgia that's already earned an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. Beyond the battles, you're gonna be flying, swimming, and guiding through an open world that's packed with puzzles and dungeons. If turn-based monster fusions sound like your thing, get ready to complete your cassette collection. Turner Boy is back, and this time he's trading tax evasion for grand theft, and Turner Boy robs the bank. If you love the chaos of its previous antics, you might want to go ahead and get ready for a roguelike run-and-gun adventure as Turner Boy takes on the bank. Think Payday, but with veggie SWAT teams and plenty of hostage chaos. Each run lets you upgrade and perfect your heist strategy with some returning characters, collectible cosmetics, and mobile-friendly features like auto-aim. This one's equal parts silly and strategy. Grab it on iOS and Android for only $6. Common Sandiego is back, and this time, the stakes are actually higher than ever. First unveiled as part of a surprise reveal announcement, this game takes a classic clue-chasing adventure to a new level and new heights. You'll be tracking the Master Thief across some fine, new, detailed locations, solve puzzles, and secrets in your quest to finally corner her. Introducing new twists, challenges, and a dose of nostalgia for fans of the original series, developers have promised a journey much more exciting than its original. Pre-register now before the full release is coming out globally on January 30. Anyway, number 6. Ragnarok Begins, or Ragnarok, is the latest twist in the iconic Ragnarok online saga, but with a cool twist as well. Side-scrolling MMORPG spin. It's a dive back into the Ragnarok world from the ocean depths to desert sands. There's just a ton to see. Combat's where it's add to, action-packed and non-target, so you're gonna be dodging attacks and taking control of those area effect abilities you've never been able to do. You can play this one on both PC and mobile, so no matter where you are, you're gonna be always on the ground. All in all, if you're looking for a game that mixes nostalgia with fresh vibes, Ragnarok Begins is where you want to be. Flippin' Legends is back too, and it's got a major upgrade on Halfbrick Plus. If you're into rhythm-based gameplay, this is your gem. You will control 8 heroes with a controller, each with their own badass powers, and it's all about mastering speed and timing. You can flip through enemies, uncover secrets, treasures, and dive into some seriously epic lands as well. The best part is that there's no ads, no in-app purchases, just pure unfiltered fun. There's new lands, more hardship to master the rhythm, and almost endless challenge. Get it through Halfbrick Plus. Draconia Saga just got even better with new Dreamwave Arrival expansion. See, the Dracomancer class has arrived, letting you perform dragon-powered punches and switch between 7 different classes. You can now dive into a 12-player dungeon paradise fantasy for massive rewards and take on the new season of Battlefront Clash, testing your strategy and strength. Plus, you can collect and nurture pets with unique evolutions to help with tasks like farming, fishing, and cooking. Draconia Saga is one of the most well-received MMORPGs of 2024 and 2025. With that being said, Duet Knight Abyss feels like one of those games that's got everything going on, in the best way. Magic meets machinery, fast-paced battles. I mean, sign me up. The dual protagonist of the game's story is such a cool touch. It's like getting 2 epic tales for the price of 1. And don't even get me started on the gameplay system. Fixed attributes for gear means there's going to be less grind and more strategy. Plus, we've got pets, weapon customization, and co-op modes to keep things fresh. Beta signs up are live now. This is a free game, and this is actually how it really looks.
俺はどこにいるんだ
At number 10, Opus Prism Peak. I think it feels like a quiet storm of emotions in just a camera lens. In this game, you are a tired photographer tossed into this strange, almost magical reality where every snapshot helps you uncover pieces of your past and maybe your way home as well. The spirits you capture, they're like whispers of a Studio Ghibli movie, full of heart and mystery. It's one of those games where the story sticks with you, the kind you think about long after you put it down. Fingers crossed it's going to be hitting mobiles within January because this one's too good to miss. On the other hand, well, Project Tank brings intense tank combat with a real physics engine, offering this massive dynamic map to explore. Not only that, the iconic vehicles like T90, Type 79, AMV, and etc. actually do make the debut in the game, each with their own unique handling and look. Your job here actually is to tackle complex terrains and fully destructible environments while engaging in realistic driving mechanics and thrilling combat. It's a casual war game that delivers an immersive and strategic experience for tank enthusiasts. Ready to saddle up and just ride? Equestrian World Tour 25 takes you on a thrilling, unique adventure. From mastering show jumping and dressing to conquering cross-country courses, you're going to be training, nurturing, and competing for glory. You will race through world-renowned events like badminton, Burley, and Kentucky, unlocking new skills for you and your horse. And whether you're going solo or teaming up with friends, the journey is there. Customize your gear, pick your horse, and dive into the competition. It's free, roughly 1.5 gigabytes in size. Anyway, I think I mentioned this game before, but it's now available fully. Reviver is one of those games that makes you pause and think. A narrative-driven, time-based point-and-click adventure where you are a butterfly influencing the fate of 2 people. From your vintage in a single room, tiny small actions ripple outward, altering destiny to finally unite this couple. It's a deeply emotional concept blending romance and puzzle solving in a way that feels fresh. Its originality and emotional depth do make it worth exploring. It's a hidden gem for fans of thought-provoking stories. Lost Sword is an action-packed RPG that combines real-time side-scrolling combat with an epic fantasy story. You're on a quest to find the legendary Excalibur alongside a cast of unique and charismatic characters. The game's nature is, think action flirting meets intense battles, if that makes sense. You're not just slashing through the enemies, but also discovering the deeper stories of the characters. With its high-quality two-dimensional art, spectacular skills animations, and voice acting from real top-tier talents, it's an adventure that won't let you down. At number 15, we have Crashland 2. finally landing on April 10th this year, and it's gonna be a wild ride for the fans of its original. If you haven't heard of the Crashlands before, think of it like Starbound meets Don't Starve. You play as a space trucker who, after burning out in the stars, crash lands on a planet somewhere out in the universe. Things go from bad to worse, and soon you're stuck on a planet full of unpredictable creatures in a world that just reacts to everything you do. Good or dumb, the sequel looks like polished, and it is dropping across all platforms at the same time. Pre-register the game right now on both stores and have a taste of the action yourself. At number 16, Hardcore Leveling Warrior is here to turn the usual power fantasy on its head. In this game you play as a once-top warrior who's now fallen from grace and has to fight his way back to the top. While it's based on the popular webtoon, this mobile version promises a fresh spin with a new narrative that's set in the same world. You can expect RPG action, PvP modes, and idle rewards for people like me, busy players. Anyway, while it's actually not reinventing anything in the wheel, the solid gameplay and the great art do make it really worth checking out. A couple of months ago, actually a duo of really good mobile game developers, including PlayPark, promised to bring the iconic MMORPG Granado Spada to everywhere with the launch of Granada Espada M. This actually marks the first ever English language mobile version of the game, bringing the beloved IP to players all around the world, meaning you can now expect the same multi-character control and storytelling now optimized for mobiles and available globally. I don't know, whether you're a longtime fan of the franchise or new to it at all, this one promises an immersive, mobile-friendly experience. One problem, this is over 7 GB in size.
The Salami Bandit.
At number 18, with that being said, Duck Detective, which I'm sure we mentioned before. Now, The Secret Salami is one of those games that knows how just to have fun. You play as Eugene McQuackland, which is a detective duck on a mission to solve the mystery of a missing salami. With this quirky art style, lots of witty dialogue and clever puzzles actually, this is an all-age point-and-click adventure which is bound to put a smile on your face. It's lighthearted and perfect for players of all ages. So whether you are introducing someone new to gaming or just looking for a feel-good mystery, pre-register now and get ready for a fun ride, because here it comes. Enterprise's first update of the year is hitting iOS and Android with this snowy new area to explore, the Vestidian range. The town of Vestidia is just now, this time, packed with stories, including connections to familiar NPCs and Easter eggs for players who love a good hunt. But it's not all about discovery. If you're after a challenge, 3 late-game boss layers are awaiting too, along with new grind maps for those who love a good RPG grind too. The update actually brings controller support to make everything a little smoother. Check it out for those of you who missed it.
Put them to use. Solve.
Ready to step into the spotlight and get lost in a world of hidden object goodness? Because Artifact Seekers is the adventure game where you're the star of a TV show, competing in a series of unique puzzles and quests. It's not just a game. You gotta work with a partner, tackle the challenges, and outsmart your way to victory, and the more stars you earn, the more love you'll get from the audience. With some amazing locations, tricky minigames, and engaging puzzles, this game keeps you on your toes, plus each new episode brings fresh worlds to explore as well.
When your battleship hits a wall, it's time to level up your power.
At number 21, High Seas Hero gets you straight into a watery world where the land's gone and survival is the name of the game. The rising seas means there's a lot of battles, mutants, monsters, and just enemies that keep coming. However, you've got a customizable ship, a crew of legendary misfits, and some serious post-apocalyptic tech to back you up. Your options here in this game are to upgrade your weapons, build alliances, and sail through waters to stake your claim. And whether solo or with friends, this game is all about strategy, survival, and making your ship the baddest piece on the seas. Personally, love this game. You either do that, or hop aboard the weird train Idle Merger, where you're the mastermind of a growing cannabis empire. Anyway, you can merge workers, level them up, and manage harvests to make more gold in the game. Each train car brings more opportunities to clear, level up, and unlock new byproducts. You can actually speed up profits with game's options and just watch your empire expand as soon as possible. It's just a fun, laid-back journey to building the ultimate weed empire. At number 23, we've got Gods and Demons launching soon, and it's aiming to make some waves in the AFK RPG scene. With its console quality story, idle gameplay, and solid strategy mechanics, this one's got a lot to offer. You'll pick from 5 races: humans, orcs, spirits, gods, and demons, and assemble a team of over 60 heroes, each with their own abilities. In fact, the isometric 3D look adds a fresh visual depth that sets it apart, and sure, the market is crowded, but there's definitely room for a high-quality RPG like this. This game is available as of today. Coming up behind that, we've got one of the longest awaited mobile games of 2025. Ground Mountain Adventure 2 is like just your perfect winter getaway, minus the cold feet. Skiing, snowboarding, ziplining, paragliding, I mean, you name it. The mountain is huge, with tons of challenges to keep you on your toes, and it's there for you to just enjoy the ride without distraction. Plus, the dynamic weather and real mountain conditions keep it feeling really fresh. This game's actually made by 3 brothers who love snowboarding, and they've seriously outdone themselves with this entry. And last but not least, Fly Punch Boom is, I would say, pure chaotic anime fun. You can punch so hard you will break planets in the game. It's a comedy little casual action gem, and it's about over-the-top stuff and ridiculous moments like uppercutting someone into the space or sending them into oblivion. The online player lets you clash with friends, crossplay with PC and Nintendo Switch, or you can enjoy the arcade mode solo with unlockables and secrets. Everything can be a weapon in this game, from cats to entire planets. If you love outrageous anime combat, this one's a blast. Coming out fully in just days.
Introduce Ruwa, the two-headed snake, which uses a rope dart.
For those of you who have been waiting for another update on the one and only The Hidden Ones, which is coming out January 27th, developers just released another trailer. This is one of the finest, I think one of my favorite characters of the game, and here's just a few seconds for you to enjoy. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys again soon.
Throws them away. Skill: Rolling Gale. Ruwa swings the double-headed rope dart, cutting the opponent continuously. If the final hit lands, she adds a thrust to knock the opponent away. Skill: Golden Drill. Ruwa swings the rope dart, striking forward in a series of chops. If the final chop hits, she throws the dart head to pin the opponent and pulls them to the front. After the final hit pulls the opponent back, she can continue to combo them. Ultimate skill: Star Impact. Ruwa mobilizes the energy of the mechanism core and throws the rope dart with full force. If the rope dart hits, Ruwa closes in and strikes the opponent repeatedly into the air, then slams them into the ground with the rope dart, causing massive damage. The rope dart spins and thrusts, attacking continuously. Seize the opportunity to strike the opponent fiercely in a combo.